All right, guys, welcome to the first episode of the RamblinFly podcast. I am Adam from the Short Bus Diaries and from Blue Line Co. And here with us we have our buddy Brent. Brent, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name's Brent. I'm the Southern Rockies sales rep for G. Loomis, and actually recently met Adam and the whole short bus crew when they came out to do the Colorado 1,000-mile road trip. So yeah, we're just here to tell you about the podcast and get this thing rolling.
Well, so I don't know if I'm stepping out of bounds here, but I would say Brent and I kind of hit it off a little bit when we met up. So really enjoyed fishing with Brent. Fished with him a couple times now, but while we were fishing, we kind of were just spitballing some different things and just kind of talking about some of the things in the industry that we like, dislike, some of the different things that are just kind of going on in the fly fishing business right now. So he and I decided that we thought that you guys would like to tune in to some of the conversations that we're having, and that kind of spawned this idea of us having a podcast. So this is the intro and first episode of the RamblinFly, where we hope to post once a week, where we're going to try to keep it kind of short, but we want to bring you guys some of the most interesting things of the week, keep you up to date on news, new products, issues that we're having with just kind of things that we're working through, the supply chain issues in the business right now. So I'm affected by that. So is Brent for sure. So anyways, wanted to introduce our podcast here. We're going to be able to get these on, you could obviously listen to it, or we are recording this as well that we're going to put up on the YouTube page. So you're going to be able to listen or watch. We're definitely going to have some clips that we're going to play, so might be beneficial if you guys do want to watch, or we'll try to make sure that we have those all linked. So,
yep. Are we going to post those on the Blue Line YouTube page?
Yeah, at least as of now.
Its own YouTube page?
At least as of now, because I mean, I don't. If we posted it on its own YouTube page, I don't think we'd get any views on it. So,
so just look for a series under the Blue Line Co. YouTube page, which will just be like the podcast series.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess rolling with that, I kind of see this as, you and I are completely engulfed with the fly fishing industry. So we have conversations and see, kind of the backside of the industry that not all the fly shop customers get to see.
Very true.
And, when you walk into a fly shop and there's 3 employees in the back corner having a conversation, and then they kind of break up to go help you find flies or whatever it might be.
We've all been there.
Oh, yeah. Some of those conversations are amazing. And it would, as a consumer, I would love to hear, like, they're talking about adding 2 feathers to a Black Beauty midge and that making a difference or something like that. So I kind of want to have a platform to bring those little nuancy conversations to the public.
Yeah, I like that. One of the things, especially with us, we get, I like seeing it, don't get me wrong, but we get inundated with questions on the Blue Line Instagram, emails, things like that, folks that are new, folks that are kind of starting out. Or also we get quite a few from folks that are really just trying to take their game to the next level, and just have some random questions just real quick, like, oh hey, what about like this product? What's your take on this fly line, or just hey, help me out real quick with this little tip. So for how many of those people I know that reach out, I'm sure there's infinite more that have these questions that maybe just don't reach out or want to reach out, but just, don't, whatever. Anyways, we wanted to bring out this podcast to be able to help answer people's questions. So kind of give an outlet. We're going to try to answer at least a few questions each week, on top of like what Brent's saying with, kind of bringing out some of these, giving you a little bit of a back, like a behind the scenes look of kind of some things that are happening in the fly fishing industry. So that's kind of where I would see it going.
Totally. And like you said, I get questions all the time like, hey, I just got this rod. What line would you throw on it? Or, would you choose the 6-weight or the 7-weight for this? And, there's probably a ton of people that are curious about it, that talk to their fly shop about it and still can't make up their mind, we'll just be one more, opinion or give a little more context to it maybe.
Sure.
So looking forward to that.
And from our point of view too, we have so many people that don't have a local fly shop don't have the luxury of a local fly shop. We're pretty, grassroots, started out in North Alabama where there's no fly shop. So, we're definitely we get a lot of questions from people who are in similar situations to us where we started out, that if you don't have a local fly shop, you don't have that local resource, maybe there's not a ton of people who fly fish in your area, this would be hopefully a great resource for those folks who could log in, kind of get a little bit of their fly fishing fix. If maybe you don't have a ton of friends that fish, whatever, get a little bit of a fly fishing fix once a week from us in a short, concise little podcast.
Yeah, hopefully we keep it like 20, 30 minutes a week. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
I know, Adam, just recently having met you, I've probably spent more time talking to you than it takes me for years of other people. You're a good talker.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
that's right.
Well, I guess I think we should start and just do one quick piece of news. Just I'm sure most people have heard about the Madison River, and do a quick little look into that if you haven't heard of it. Kind of crazy. Let me see if I can share my screen. This is first time doing this, so let's see what we can do here.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, so basically, if you haven't heard, there was a malfunction in the dam at Hebgen up in Montana, and the flows dropped from, I think it was like 650 down to about 250.
Yeah.
Not good, especially because it's getting cold up there.
So there's a dam right there where it's where they control this, but this is the malfunction that we're speaking of here, which
basically it's too early to tell how much real damage was done. Obviously, there's reds in the river right now, and you can see in the picture here, a lot of those side channels, this one's actually fairly full compared to some of the pictures I've seen, but some of those side channels were completely dried up and there was reds in them. So those that sat overnight in the freezing temperatures, those reds probably aren't going to make it. But there was, from everything I've heard, there was a ton of people that showed up to, with buckets and nets to try and save the stranded fish, and I saw people taking sculpin out of the rocks and throwing them back into the main channel. I think given that the water level was so bad, there was a good turnout, and I think they probably saved a good number of fish, but it'll be really hard to tell what the long-term effects will be.
Yeah, it will be. It does sound like, at least from my understanding, that there was still the very main river channel maintained some flow. So there was enough water in the middle of the river in the deepest spots to be able to put fish. But all those fish that got trapped kind of in these side channels, really shallow pockets of water. Looks like there was a ton of volunteers. Definitely when I heard about it, we were in the southeast filming, so I wasn't able to make it up there. But definitely would have driven up and helped out if I'd have been around. But if it makes me wonder why it wasn't some sort of backup plan where water could come around that dam and maybe not go through the dam. Like, you would think there would be some type of sluice or something where they could run it around the sides of the dam. I'm not, I don't know enough about dams, but
yeah, these guys, they're saying that there's some infrastructure bill that is supposed to be used to improve dam safety. So maybe it was just an old dam. I don't really know much about it, but hopefully something there gets fixed up. And man, that's kind of scary that a lot of these tailwater resources could potentially be affected by that.
Yeah.
By something similar. A lot of us rely on tailwater fisheries, but I did see it looks like the flows are back up to 650 or somewhere thereabout. So
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing as well from the news, is that it sounds like the dam kind of construction crew worked through the night to get things fixed and didn't stop working on it. Sounds like they at least took it very seriously as well, which is really good news, that they didn't say, we'll get to it. But it sounds like they fixed it quick, which is great. But we'll still kind of have to see, really probably next season, what the effects of this might cause on the Madison.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, totally sucky situation, but I guess if you want to shine a positive light on it, it was really cool to see the support and how many people went out and helped. I mean, the fly fishing industry, in my eyes, has always been really supportive and a pretty tight-knit group. So, that's just another example. Pretty cool to see everyone come together. Shitty situation, though.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we'll kind of see how things pan out next year. Hopefully there's not a lot of long-term effects from that. Fish, reds are pretty resilient. I mean, fish, live in rivers that are not always the same. The rivers are not always consistent. Obviously stepping on them is a surefire way of messing things up. But, they are pretty resilient to water levels. Even if it got super shallow, had some, a little bit of disturbance, they can handle that. Not as far as you just clearly stepping on it. That's not going to be able to keep it fixed. But at least they are pretty resistant to cold and, different water temperatures and different water levels, as long as they're not really washed away, which this is kind of the opposite of things. But
I wonder how, it looked like on the graph, the water levels came back up just like they went down, pretty quickly. I wonder if that would have any effect on it, but I guess we will see. Like
what you said, it's really cool to see how many people showed out to help out the Madison, help these fish, and that is pretty cool to see that enough people care about it.
Definitely. Okay, well, let's move on to a little more positive, or we could even call it humorous section. I definitely want to do a meme of the week or an Instagram funny of the week on every episode. And man, did we get lucky this week. This is just one of my favorite things ever. I think a lot of people have already seen it. It's got a ton of views, but Trouts in Denver was out fishing with one of the guys in the industry, and he had a little get together.
Flies. Me. This is my favorite place to start. Fucking god tree. It's way the up there too. And they're fucking rising again.
Well, we've all been there. That's maybe the most relatable video I've ever watched.
It's the most relatable video on the internet, and it gets funnier every time I watch it too.
Man,
because Russ is such a pro. That guy dominates rivers.
Happens to the best of us.
Just like all of us getting started, we've been in the trees a ton.
Yep.
Man,
it never changes. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the best fly fisherman on the planet, but no matter how many days you've spent on the water, it'll happen to you.
Oh yeah, you'll get in the trees.
You get it in the trees.
I can't keep thinking about that. I'm just going to keep laughing.
That's good. That's a good video.
Oh man. All right, so let's just do that. Every week we'll wrap it up with a meme of the week, or some kind of Instagram funny deal, whatever we can find. Moving on in between now and the next podcast, we are going to be on both. You'll look for us on Instagram at RamblinFly, and then Adam, you'll probably end up posting it on the Blue Line page, and I'll post on my page as well. We'll do just a questionnaire you guys tell us what you want to hear. If you have questions about line combos with rods or how to spin deer hair to make a blue line fly, I don't know. Ask us questions. We'll have them live on our Instagrams the day that this podcast is posted, and we'll go about a week and then record another podcast and just see where we can get this thing going.
Yeah, so make sure, again, to iterate that, make sure you go follow RamblinFly on Instagram. Hopefully,
I will put a little link right down here. Right here. It'll probably be in the screen everywhere.
There you go. So make sure you go follow that, and we'll have a post on there. Christ. We'll have a post on there. Make sure you go comment on that post. Tell us what you want to see. Give us some ideas for what you guys would like to see, questions that you have for the podcast so we can answer. If there's any news that you have, please send it over to us, whatever. We'd be interested to hear about it. And you can find this on the Blue Line YouTube. I'm going to have a separate playlist just for the RamblinFly podcast. So we're going to be posted on the Blue Line Co. YouTube. So you'll be able to watch these. If you're listening to this, you could hop over there and watch that. And of course, the meme of the week and the video of the week, and Brent showed, a little bit of some shots from the Madison that you might want to see. So even if you're listening to it, maybe hop over there later and check out some of the things that we share on the video.
Sweet. Awesome. We will look forward to seeing some questions. If you see any funny memes, send them to us. I can't spend all day on the internet every day looking for memes.
That's what you do. I'm pretty sure that's all you do.
I try. Yeah, I'm just an Instagram pro.
You're an influencer.
All right, we will see you guys next week.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks.